Alright, this is a quick lesson on solving by factoring. It is not how to factor, although I'll explain that a little bit as I go. But it is actually showing you how to apply what's called the zero product property. Okay? And the zero product property basically says that if A times B equals 0, then A equals 0, or B equals 0. And that obviously makes sense. If you multiply two things and get 0 for an answer, one of those factors, either A or B, better be 0. Otherwise, nothing else multiplies to give you 0. So here's how we exploit that property of numbers. Here we have a polynomial. It's in standard form. It's not written as A times B, but we can write it as A times B if we factor it. Okay, this is a quadratic. It's got 3 terms in it, and we should know that those things factor as 2 binomials. So x times x has to give us the x squared. To get the 3, that's the last terms in each binomial, and so it's 1 times 3 gives us 3. And then this outside product and inside product have to add up to 4x. So if the outside product is positive 3x and the inside product is positive 3x, they add up to 4x. So that's how it factors. Now we can exploit the zero product property. This is like our A, and x plus 3 is like the B. The zero product property says if you multiply two things together, A times B, x plus 1 times x plus 3, and you get 0, then either A, the x plus 1 equals 0, or B, the x plus 3 equals 0. And we just solve those little mini linear equations to find our two solutions. So x must be -1 or -3. These are always perfectly checkable. You plug -1 back in for x, and you get 1 minus 4, which is -3 plus 3, gives you 0. And you can check the -3 in the same way, but both of these then make this equation true. Let's look at another example. This one's a little bit tougher. It's in standard form again. It's a little bit tougher because this coefficient is 2 out there. So let's try to factor it. So we have 2x and x. That multiplies to give us the 2x squared. Now this 6 has to come from the last term, so it could be 1 and 6, or 6 times 1, or 2 times 3, or 3 times 2. The only way you can figure it out is guessing and checking. I'm pretty good at that, and you will too with some more practice. I'm going to try the 3 and the 2 combination. When I put the 3 and 2 in exactly those locations, the outside product here is 4x. The inside product here is 3x. Those will add to give you the middle term if they're both positive. And so there's the factorization. And now I can use the zero product property. If A times B equals 0, then either A, the 2x plus 3 equals 0, or B, the x plus 2 equals 0. Now we have to solve these little equations to actually find out what x is. So I'm dividing by 2 there. There's one of my solutions. The other one, I just throw the 2 over, it becomes negative. There's my other solution. Last example. This is very similar to the previous one. However, notice it is not in standard form. So the first thing you have to do is bring the 1 over so you can get it into standard form. And now we can try to factor it. Okay, 3x and x will give me the 3x squared. It's got to be a 1 and 1 to multiply to give you a 1. This time I get a 3x and a 1x. When I multiply outside and inside, I want -4 in the middle. That means the negative must be in both binomials in order to add up to a -4. Okay, don't forget this whole thing equals 0. And so zero product property says 3 minus 1 is 0, or x minus 1 is 0. Solve this one. X is a third. Now solve this one. X is 1. So x is either 1/3 or 1. And that's how you solve quadratic equations by factoring.